Late as usual, that's how I roll. Alright, let's go. The game started like 10 minutes ago, I probably missed a fucking goal. Alright, if anyone's watching like this early on, hello, how you doing? I'm going to be watching the Arsenal v West Ham game in the Carabao Cup, and the game's already started, by the way, and I've managed to miss the start of it anyway. What is the hashtag? I need to get a tweet ready. I haven't live streamed in a while, and I was playing PlayerUnknown's Battleground. So our game kind of went over because we were playing quite well. So obviously, but then I checked the time and I was like, ah, shit, the game started. So I'm here. Wait, it has started, hasn't it? Yes, it is. How can I watch it? I was told it was on Sky Sports, and now that I was told that, I've got a feeling that was a big lie. No matter if it is, but I think it was a big lie, wasn't it? Norma says, let's go Arsenal holding starts. Oh, I haven't looked at the fucking lineup. Oh, I'm not prepared for this game. Right. Arsenal v West Ham. Let's open that up. And as I say, let's open it up, I close it. Nice one, nice one. Okay, now I'm opening it. Alright, I'm watching it now. Let's quickly have a look at the lineups. I'm sure anyone watching already knows the lineups, but... Right, West Ham lineup. Hart, Rice, Reed, Collins, Ogbonna, Cresswell, Masuaku, Obiang, Quainer, Ayew and Chicharito. Arsenal lineup: Ospina, Chambers, Holding, Kolasinac, Debuchy, Coquelin, Elneny, Willock, Walcott, Welbeck and Giroud. Obviously Debussy's coming off the back of scoring in his last game against, I think it was Bate Borisov. He scored a nice first time hit, which was fun to watch. Right, score predictions. Let's get some score predictions in the chat. I'm saying 3-1 Arsenal. Let's get anyone else who's watching this at the moment, make sure you leave your score predictions. Also make sure to subscribe if we get to 100 subs before the end of the season. Mark, who is a Liverpool fan, will change his Twitter profile picture to a Man United badge, and I would like to see him suffer. Alright, so we're coming forward here with Kolasinac. It's been a while since I've streamed. It feels so weird streaming, because I usually get, like, can't be bothered, so I tweet it. Hold on, here's Welbeck. Ah. Elneny plays it into Giroud, but his touch is poor. I want Coquelin to score today. It's about time he gets a goal for the first time for Arsenal. Debuchy looks to whip one in and wins Arsenal a corner. West Ham have brought so many fans. Fair play to them. They've brought a lot of fans to this. Norma says 2-0 Arsenal. Yep, I'd settle for that, but I prefer if we won by more. But a win is fine. Alright, corner for Arsenal's about to be taken. No Wilshere. I assume he's actually officially a first team starter in the Premier League now after Ramsey got injured. Walcott whips the ball in. It's not an awful ball, but it could be better now. West Ham are going to look to break here. Willock makes a good tackle. Then Elneny passes it back to Willock. I like Elneny. I think Elneny's quite underrated. Willock finds Elneny. Debuchy playing quite forwards this game, which I'm liking. Walcott. We're just kind of passing it around them at the moment. Debuchy looks to slip one through to Welbeck, but it's cut out. But Welbeck still manages to get the ball in the end. Debuchy back to Welbeck. Welbeck tries to play it into Elneny, but it's a hard pass to get to, but he still gets to it. Here's Sead Kolasinac. I want Kolasinac to score today. I'm a big fan of Kolasinac. Looks like another corner. Moyes is a genius. He made Arnautovic a beast. Do you think we'll win Liverpool? Moyes is very good. He's been very good for West Ham, and you know I don't have anything against Moyes. So I think I'm fairly proud of him for doing that. I'm annoyed that we didn't beat them, and no, I don't think we'll beat Liverpool. The way we've been playing is we've dominated the entire game against Man United. We dominated the entire game with loads of shots, but we never convert our chances. I have a feeling in Liverpool, I don't think we'll get smashed. Oh god, what was it? Was it like 5-0 last time or something? I think it was something like 5 or 4-0. I don't really remember. But I don't think it'll be that bad. But I think they'll beat us, sadly. But it's not that the league means anything anymore. I just want to win to win. Elneny and Willock are linking up quite well so far. Not really a lot going on at the moment. What was the score in the Arsenal v Bate game? 4-2. Oh no, 6-0 was the other one, wasn't it? Yeah. Debuchy, Walcott, Wilshere, then an own goal, then Giroud and Elneny. Yeah, that was a very fun game to watch. I wish I'd live streamed that one, to be honest, but I tweeted that one instead. If you do wanna see our live tweets, because we live tweet more games than we live stream, then check out the Twitter for Portion of Sport in the description. Welbeck goes for goal from range, just deflected out for another Arsenal corner. I think Walcott takes the corners. No, it's Elneny this time. And then he probably better ball than Walcott's, but very similar. Not really going to anyone, just kind of hitting the first man. Matteo Debuchy looks to find Giroud. It's not a bad ball, but Giroud just can't get there. Not a big fan of Giroud starting all these games. I don't think Giroud's good enough. I like Giroud. I think he's an Arsenal guy. You know, he wants to win. He wants to score, but he's just like his touch is awful, and his passing is so poor. He's not a striker that like Lacazette, who can pass the ball around fairly decently. He can't. He's only really good for heading. And like weird skill goals. For some reason, he's really good at like bicycle kicks and scorpion kicks. I don't know why he's so acrobatic for such a big guy. Joe Willock does really well to just chip it over his man before being fouled, then being fouled again. So Joe Willock does really well there. It looked like I think Chicharito slipped over, and then Willock got the ball and then flicked it round his man. Yeah, so if whenever live streaming a game, then check the Portion Sport Twitter account, because if it was an Arsenal-Liverpool game or a big game, it will be tweeted there. Like right now, I'm tweeting out the key moments in this game. I'm tweeting out the key moments in this game just for the people who can't watch the live stream but want to know what's going on. They have Mignolet or Karius. Focus on Europa League. He is super sub like Batshuayi from Chelsea. Yeah, literally, Giroud's a super sub. He comes on and scores. I think it's because the reason he always comes on and scores as a sub is because the defense for the other team is tired by then, so he can rise above them and easily score. But when he starts, he's at the same fitness levels as them, so he can't do it. I'm a little confused on why Maitland-Niles has been replacing Kolasinac in the Premier League. Don't get me wrong, Maitland-Niles has been really good. Since coming into the first team, he's been making tackles, he's been running back, he's been making good passes and all that good stuff. But I don't know why he's replaced Kolasinac. I think Kolasinac had like a little tiny bit of a hip problem, so we didn't play him. But I hope he's not going to be one of them players like Lucas Perez or people like that who just get dropped from the side for reasons we don't get told. But I'd like to win this cup. The EFL or Carabao Cup. It doesn't mean anything, but it's another trophy that we can win, and it'll help the players, and it'll allow bigger players to kind of go, oh, they won that. If they offer us something for me, then I'll want to go to that club. The main thing, I mean, obviously we can't win the league anymore, really. But I'd love to win the FA Cup. I'd love to hold our FA Cup, and I'd like to. I'd like to win the Europa League, but with Atletico and people in it now, I don't know if that's going to be possible for us. But anything's possible. We can beat anyone on any given day. It just depends on how we turn up, really. Oh, for Man City, Yaya Toure starting. And then he's getting drawn out of position again. He needs to start running back. Because now, since he's probably our main CDM, playing in this side, it'll be good. Yeah. there's more people at this game than there are in the fucking Europa League games. Because no one turns up to the Europa League games. Because obviously we want to play in Champions League, but there's so many more at this Carabao Cup game. Kolasinac on the ball now. We're just passing it up, pass it up twice and then pass it back. El Clasico is on Saturday. Who do you think will win? I think Real will win. I mean, I don't watch the Liga Santander, but I think Real will win. And honestly, I want Real to win for no reason other than I like Real more than I don't like Barcelona. I don't know why. I think I like Messi. I think Messi's a nicer guy than Ronaldo, but I prefer Real. I prefer their kit. I prefer their stadium. I prefer their players overall. So I hope Real win, and I think Real will win, but it doesn't really affect me. Whoever wins, I'm not going to be angry if one of them wins. I couldn't really care about who wins. You think it's going to be 1-1? Yeah. But most big games in these days always finish in draws. Man United v Liverpool used to be a huge fixture, and now it's just kind of 0-0 draws. Oh, Debuchy puts a good ball into Giroud, and again, just like I said, his touch is poor, so his touch goes up, and Ogbonna manages to get it clear. Now here's Theo Walcott. Awful cross by Walcott. I swear to God, Walcott is the captain again. This is Arsenal's first meeting with West Ham in 19 years. I assume only, I mean, obviously in Cup, but I don't know if that's in all Cups or just EFL. I assume probably just EFL. If there's anyone else in the chat, make sure you leave your score predictions. Coquelin does well to win a foul and then keep the ball in play. Norma, are you watching the game or are you just listening to this stream? Is this the only way that you can listen to the game, or are you actually watching it as well? Oh, the thing, just as I say that, the thing I'm watching it on goes down. Lovely. Let's find a new one. I'm gonna miss a goal. I'm calling it. The what was it? Was it Everton game? I think it might have been the Everton game yesterday. I was watching that game and tweeting it on the Portion Sport account just for fun because I just wanted to watch a football game. And I was like, you know what, nothing's going on. This game is boring. So I went to the toilet. And obviously, I wasn't even in there for that long. I come back out and they've scored. So I'm like, great. Not a lot going on at the moment, just passing it around. Although West Ham are finally seeing a bit of a ball now. Masuaku plays a great ball through to Andre Ayew. Andre Ayew tries to cross it in from range, but it's blocked by Rob Holding and goes out for a West Ham throw-in. I should have got a drink before starting this stream, but I'm afraid if I go and get a drink, we'll score or concede while I'm gone. Kolasinac clears the ball, and the West Ham defender makes a muck of it, trying to clear it, or trying to touch it, and Giroud manages to head it back to Willock. Willock loses the ball, but then Arsenal win it back with Theo Walcott. Walcott looks to ping it, but it's Walcott, so of course he fails in pinging it. So I was just tweeting out a few things on the Twitter account. Norma says, go on, I'll say if someone's got... Alright. Norma, if everyone quickly turns their attention to the chat, if there's a goal scored or conceded, Norma is going to put it in the chat. I'm going to go quickly grab a drink because my throat kind of hurts, so I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, I'm back. It's still 0-0. I was almost expecting a goal to happen while I was gone. Norma says Man City scored one. Oh, really? Man City scored versus Leicester? Ah, Bernardo Silva. Oh, yeah. I'm a little worried because Man City can literally win everything this season. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they find a way to win the Champions League. They could probably win the FA Cup and the EFL Cup, and they're winning the league. So, I'm a little worried we're probably going to lose our FA Cup to Man City. We're going to get knocked out in the EFL Cup by Man City. It's going to be, I think Man City are going to win nearly everything. But people are saying if Man City get the invincible season, it'll be better than Arsenal's invincible season, which is stupid because they may get more wins and they may do it in more style. But you forget how much Arab money has been poured into Man City. How many millions upon millions have they spent to get the team that they have today? Any manager could win the league with the team that Man City have. Like when Arsenal did the Invincibles, we worked with what we had. We just happened to have good things. Really good bit of skill there by, I don't know who it was, someone from Arsenal. It looked like Chambers flicked it over two people, and after flicking it over two people, he who was it? It was Coquelin. Coquelin flicked it over two people and sent a really good ball down the line to Walcott. Walcott and Ogbonna in a race. Ogbonna slightly ahead, and Ogbonna sends it flying out for a... I think it would be a corner, but I don't think it's a corner. It's a goal kick. God damn it. I'm happy with the amount of Arsenal fans that turned up today. I was unhappy with the Europa League turnout. Make sure to leave a like on the stream. It really helps us know if people like watching the live reactions, and also make sure to subscribe if you guys haven't already. As I said, for all the people who have just started watching, we are going to do some where if we get 100 subscribers before the end of the season, then we are going to change the other person who works on this account, Mark. He's a big Liverpool fan. His profile picture will be changed to a Man United fan, a Man United profile picture for a week, which is going to kill him inside. And we made this deal when we were on about 30 subs, and the channel started growing quite quickly, but we haven't managed to get to 100 just yet, so make sure you let your friends know about the channel and everything. And then he tries to slip his way through the West Ham defence, but instead Ogbonna takes a block and it goes out for an Arsenal throw, and Debuchy to take the throw in. Matteo Debuchy, quite happy with his performance. Although he's taking his time with the throw, and it's a big throw. Looks for Giroud. Giroud tries to touch it down, but he fails. Surprise, surprise. Change it to Arsenal, not Man U. I suggested maybe change it to Arsenal instead of Man United, but since he's a Liverpool fan, changing it to Man United is a much bigger rivalry for him than Liverpool v Arsenal, because obviously Man United and Liverpool are huge rivals, and he hates Man United. I mean, I hate him as well, but he really hates Man United. So change it to Man United will hurt him the most, and that's what we want to do. Debuchy finds Walcott. Walcott looks to cross it in, but Debuchy accidentally gets in the way of it. And now West Ham are finally looking to get on the ball. Looks like Willock pushed over Ayew. Or Welbeck, actually it was. It looked like a dive, to be honest. Let's have a look. There was no contact there, he just dived. Coke has 39.2% sugar. That's a lot of sugar. So about the car sounds that you can hear, it's my bedroom's right next to like where I live. There's like a main road that goes through the town, and there's a pair of traffic lights which take you into the middle of the town, and there's houses on either side of the road, and my bedroom is right next to that road, so I can always hear cars passing, which is why streaming something that's a little difficult, because people get understandably annoyed when they can hear constantly cars passing, which is lucky because these games are later at night, so there's not as many loud cars, I say, as a bus comes past. You live in England? Yeah, I live in England. "34 minutes in and not too much happening." Apparently Debussy fouls Masuaku. Was it foul? Let's see. I don't think Debussy touched him again, but what can you do? Free kick whipped in, headed up, and Ospina catches with ease. Liverpool. Oh, that's Liverpool's under 23s. I'm not going to bother talking about Liverpool's under 23s. How much is an original Arsenal shirt? I recently bought my 17-18 season kit, and I got Lacazette on the back, and that was £75. Yeah, it was. I think it was £75, which is what? That's $100, I think. So then they're not cheap, but you know, I support the club a lot, so eventually I was gonna get the kit. Kolasinac running forwards now. Kolasinac shoots and it's over the bar. It's probably the first shot I've seen all game. Wenger's never won the EFL Cup. I was not aware that we've never won the EFL Cup. Runners up twice, but never won it. Who cares? It's not a big trophy. Arsene Wenger's 811. Arsene Wenger's 811th management over Arsenal will be when we play West Brom on New Year's Eve, which will be a record because he will overtake. Hold on. Kolasinac whips the ball in. Walcott. Oh my God, you're an embarrassment. Get out of my club. You're an embarrassment. And he'd have taken Alex Ferguson, by the way. Anyway, what just happened was Coquelin made a really good run, put a really good ball in. Walcott completely unmarked in the middle, goes for a diving header and puts it wide. Wow, that should have been a goal right there. Walcott is an embarrassment. Ancelotti will replace Wenger since he rejected... Oh, I didn't know he rejected the Tesco. That's better than USA $90. It's more or less the same. With the conversion rate, I think £75 is $100. So it's more or less the same either way. It just seems like more because of the obviously the difference in currencies. Should be 1-0 to Arsenal though. That is, I mean, Giroud should have been there to head that in out of anyone. Don't know where he was, but that is awful by Walcott. Like, he could have touched it down. He could have volleyed it. He could have just headed it normally, but he goes for a diving header and. You know, fair enough, diving headers, they look good and all, so I can see why he'd want to do it, and it's probably the best option at the time when you got to think of it on the spot. But you got to be getting it on target when you're completely unmarked. Really good cross by Kolasinac, though, and speaking of the devil, here is Kolasinac, the Bosnian brute himself. I'm a huge fan of Kolasinac. I was tempted to get him on the back of my shirt, but I went for Lacazette instead. Ball pinged wide. Touchdown by Kolasinac. I can't believe Walcott didn't score there. Debuchy looks to whip a ball in to find Giroud. Giroud then headers it back to Mohamed El Neni. The Egyptian's trying to make space here. He plays it out wide to Francis Coquelin. Coquelin lifts one over to Debuchy. Debuchy headers it in. And it's across the line. Chris Willock. 1-0. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's Welbeck. I blame the quality of the screen. I'm not racist. It's the quality of the stream. Fuck's sake. Sorry for the aggressive typing sounds. I'm updating the stream that says 0-0 and also updating the Twitter, which is why usually after a goal you can just hear me. You can hear me like spamming typing, and it's because obviously I have to, like, right now I'm changing the stream where it says current score. I'm changing that so it says 1-0, which you'll see in a second, and I'm also updating the Portion of Sport Twitter account, which you can see in the link, the descriptions below. I've now just put out that it says a goal. There we go. Arsenal finally 1-0 up. 1 minute win. 42nd minute. So Arsenal finally got 1-0 up thanks to Danny Welbeck. I thought it was Chris Willock, but I swear I only thought that because the quality of the thing I'm watching it on is bad. It's not because I confuse my own players. Norm says 1-0, 1-0. Yep, 1-0 up. I'm happy with that, finally. So, Norma, your prediction was 2-0 and mine was 3-1 to Arsenal. So, Chris Willock looking to drive forwards now, but he loses the ball. This one is definitely Chris Willock. Forcing Masuaku, I think it is, backwards. Now, Francis Coquelin plays it out to the wings to Kolasinac. Kolasinac looks to swing across. He looks to swing across, and then Declan Rice just took one for the team and is battered onto the floor with the ball. El Neni plays a good ball forwards looking for Welbeck. Welbeck runs into the defender and they both go down, but the play continues. And then he looks to header it forwards to Kolasinac, but for some reason Kolasinac runs away from it. I think he thought someone else was going to it. Coquelin does really well to lift it over his man. Looks to play it through to Giroud, but it's cleared. West Ham defence looking very shaky right now. Here's Walcott. He needs to redeem himself. Debuchy here. Oh, it's another decent ball by Debuchy. But it finds Welbeck instead. Welbeck lays it off to Chris Willock. Oh no. Willock blazes it over the bar. I think his name's Willock. It might be Wilcock, I don't know. There was two. There was Willock and Wilcock. But I can't remember which one was which. Because one of them left for Benfica. The commentator literally just said he left to join Benfica because I said that. Here's Kolasinac now. Finds Welbeck. Welbeck gives... There's a 1 minute of added time, just been announced. Rob Holding plays it wide to Debuchy. Debuchy does very well to slide down and keep the ball because the pass was poor. Debuchy showing his physical to keep the ball, but eventually it's lost. And here's Ayew running forwards. Masuaku now. Masuaku whips it in. Callum Chambers volleys it out. Something that Walcott should have done to score. Bayern versus Borussia tomorrow. I think Bayern are going to smash them. Borussia have been awful so far. About to be half time. There we go, that's half time. Arsenal lead 1-0 thanks to Welbeck's 42nd minute opener. Arsenal dominated. We've dominated the entire game so far. We just haven't been able to find that finishing touches because Giroud, Walcott and Welbeck haven't been playing too well. Arsenal definitely having the majority of all the chances. I don't even know if West Ham have had a shot on target so far. I'm going to mute my mic now and go and, you know, maybe get some to eat, go on Twitter, update the Twitter a lot, do stuff like that. So I'm going to unmute my mic when the next half starts. I'll see you guys then. Second half hasn't started yet, but apparently the referee has injured himself. So there's going to be a delay for kickoff. So there's going to be a delay. One more time I'm going to say it. There's been a delay for kickoff because one of the referees has injured his back. Right, I'm going to mute my mic now. I don't know how long the delay will be. If it's going to be quite a while, I'll just come back and speak. But I'll leave about another 5 minutes and we'll see what happens. Alright, second half is finally about to begin after the ref injured himself. Alright, here we go. Second half about to kick off. After that slight delay, thanks everyone who stayed in the stream. Right, here we go. Second half's begun. Yeah, there was a bit of a delay because the referee injured himself. Back problem. Oh no, assistant referee injured himself, injured his back during half time. But here we go. Second half has now begun. The amount of times I've seen Giroud fouled and nothing given, I think it's because he's big. Like, the amount of times I've seen him be fouled in the box and like pushed over, and the ref gives nothing, and I genuinely think it's because he's just a bigger person. Here's Chris Willock. Plays it back to Sead Kolasinac, my guy. Kolasinac back to Willock. Willock looks to whip one in. The whip isn't the best, and West Ham regain possession. Chris Willock is then megst. Rob Holding tries to stay on the ball, but apparently he's given away a foul. The current match official, I've just heard, is not a qualified match official. Yeah, put Eddie in for Giroud. I said that on Twitter. I said we should play Eddie and Nelson, but apparently not. But yeah, current match official is not an official match official. Now, Is this Joe Willock or is this Chris Willock? That is something I can't work out. I don't know which is which. Let's have a look. Let's go on the internet. I think it's Chris. I was wrong. Chris is the other one. It's Joe Willock. Yeah, it's Joe Willock. Apparently they have another brother called Matty Willock. Matthew Willock plays for Man United. 21 years old. Oh. Good to know. Be nice to have a footballing family like that, everyone who plays. I want an early goal for Arsenal here. Let's get this off to a good start. New people who are in the stream. Apparently it says there's more people than there were last time. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. We're going for 100 by the end of the season. And also leave your score predictions in the chat and I'll read them out. As I was talking about earlier that Giroud never gets fouls, he is now fouled and it is given this time. Obiang is the one who fouls him, which serves Obiang right because Obiang kept diving last game. Oh no, I just realised the fourth official is now the linesman. And obviously the other... I can hear Joe Hart shouting from here. Yeah, the fourth official is now the linesman, which means we're probably going to get screwed over. I don't know whether he's the linesman on our side or their side, but I don't know which one you'd rather have, to be honest. Elneny to take the free kick. He lifts it in. It's not a bad lift, but no one can get to it. And it goes out for an Arsenal corner. I think Obiang got the final touch. Obiang, who seems to be the one doing nearly all the defending this game. I haven't seen James Collins do a lot, or... Honestly, I don't know who else is in defence at the moment. For West Ham. I think Declan Rice is in the team. Elneny to take the corner. His corners have been poor, so hopefully he can make up for that. Oh, it's better than usual, but no one manages to meet it. And now it's Coquelin v the West Ham man who's trying to break Coquelin as well to make the tackle and put it out for a West Ham throw-in. Oh yeah, Chicharito. Probably. It's weird, the Man City game is now further ahead than the Arsenal game because of obviously the slight delay, which is weird because we were ahead of them going into half time. Obviously, Man City had a close encounter against Wolves in the Carabao Cup. Wolves managed to hold them all the way to penalties, where they unfortunately lost. But they, you know, nothing to be ashamed of. They're taking Man City to penalties, especially in the form that they're currently in. Ooh. Debuchy gets tackled. And now West Ham looking to break. They've made it to the box. And Kolasinac jumps up well to volley it upwards. Then Rob Holding kicks it out. But West Ham regain possession. That was a close one there. Debuchy caught out. Giroud constantly pressuring the defenders to force them to make bad passes to try and get to misplace it. They did that a lot in the first half. They were constantly misplacing passes. And there's Arsenal now regaining possession with Sead Kolasinac. Oh. We're suddenly... Tom Danaho is now taking over as the fourth official. So there we go, we now have a different fourth official. I mean, is it difficult to be a fourth official? I mean, I swear all you have to do is hold up a sign and tell the managers to get back in their technical area. I mean, I'm sure there's more to it, but, you know. Giroud now. Welbeck makes his man, but can't get the shot away. Not really a lot going on at the moment. We're just kind of playing it around the back at the moment. I want to score again. I want to be comfortable in this game. Even playing West Ham, as in the West Ham at the moment, who are currently in this game not playing very well, I still don't like 1-0 leads because obviously it can change easily. All it needs is a lucky goal or a lucky deflection. Or just a well-worked moment of magic. It was actually the last round of the Carabao Cup that Eddie Nketiah came on for his debut, and scored within 16 seconds and then scored again to allow Arsenal to beat Norwich 2-1, or was it 2-0? I don't remember. I'll have a look. Yeah, it was 2-1. It was Josh Murphy scored in the 34th minute, then Nketiah scored in the 85th and 92nd. For Leicester City, they've just made a double sub. Vardy and Mahrez have come on, and Iheanacho and Albrighton have come off. And here's Chris Willock now. Oh, poor pass. But Welbeck still manages to make an interception to get the ball. Plays it to Coquelin. Coquelin's been flicking it over defenders left and right. I really want him to score. I feel the only way Coquelin's going to score is from a long shot. Once again, the whole team, including Willock, do really good passes, and then the ball comes to Theo Walcott, who misplaces his pass. Because he's not a good footballer. Then here's James Collins. Looks to flick a ball over to Chicharito. But it looks like he's pulled down by Callum Chambers, but nothing given. Not even an appeal by Chicharito. All the fans. I've already forgotten. Is it Chris Willock or Joe Willock? It's Joe, isn't it? It is Joe. Okay. I think Arsenal have a corner. I stopped watching for a second because I was on Twitter, but I believe Arsenal have a corner. Yeah, they do. Now, Elneny needs to put in a good cross this time, and someone needs to jump up and meet it. I also just realised my mic is fairly far away, but I think you guys can hear me fine. I might move it a little bit closer just to be sure, but should be okay. I'll move it a tiny bit closer. Ball whipped in. It looked like Holding had met it, but it didn't move. And now West Ham looking to break, but Debuchy does really well to come in and make the challenge. Oh, and Debuchy's challenge had so much backspin on that it actually stayed in, and now Arsenal are back in the corner, but Willock can't hold off his man, and now West Ham looking to run forwards again, but Obiang's getting stuck in his foot. Coquelin makes a really good challenge, then tries to find Walcott, but the pass is poor. Passing has been awful in the last, like, 4 or 5 minutes. Debuchy looks to put a ball in. It's not a bad ball, but there's no one there to get on the end of it. Oh, Winston Reid's playing. I had no idea that Reid was playing. The camera hasn't really zoomed in on the defenders. Andy Carroll is warming up. Andy Carroll always scores against us. I also thought he was injured, but apparently not. Or suspended. It was one of them. You never know with Andy Carroll. Kolasinac. Plays it into Coquelin. Coquelin back to Kolasinac. Kolasinac looked to try and get it back to Coquelin, but Giroud, I think he tried to kind of flick it on, but he couldn't do it. And then he tries to slide tackle Obiang and fails his slide tackle. No foul, wow. Rob Holding looked to just jump on top of Hernandez and drag him down, and the referee says no foul. I mean, it looked like a foul to me, but nothing given. I'm not complaining. West Ham now pushing forwards, though. Actually covering some ground for once. It looked like a definite foul, but the referee says no. Then Rob Holding intercepts the ball and plays it out to Matteo Debuchy, who hopefully can launch an attack from here. His long balls have been good this game. And his long ball is good here, but Joe Hart comes all the way out and clears it out for a throw-in. Walcott ran through and his touch lets him down again. Long ball played. Welbeck almost gets on the end of it, but Winston Reid does well to get up and head it out. Now, James Collins, pressured by all three Arsenal attackers and forced to kick the ball out for a throw-in. I can't believe he's kicked out for a throw-in there. And West Ham fans and their Twitter account call him the Ginger Pele. But passes like that. Not a lot's happened in this half so far. New transfer rumour, David Luiz to Arsenal. I'm going to go ahead and say I highly doubt that. No, it's apparently it's Newcastle that are racing. Oh wait, no, my bad. You're right. It says that Newcastle joined race for him, but yeah, he's been linked with Arsenal. No way, David Luiz will join us. I'd like, if he did, I'd really like to have David Luiz in our team. I like David Luiz, but would he abandon Chelsea for a rival club? I mean, to be fair, Fabregas did it, but would David Luiz do it? I'd like to see him in an Arsenal shirt, but I don't think he'll do it. I can't see him doing it. I'd like if he did, though. Good free kick taker, good shooter, good defender. Oh well, Nenny with a lovely bit of skill to Megs Obiang, I think it was. Now Coquelin lines up a shot just as the commentator says he's never scored. But it's blocked by his poor shot and it's blocked. Good pass by the West Ham man, but El Nenny's all over him. El Nenny then wins the ball. Welbeck goes in for a challenge but pulls out at the last second because he got scared. Now here's Sead Kolasinac looking to run forwards. Chris Willock plays through Kolasinac. Kolasinac on the wings. The big Bosnian brew whips it. Oh, it's a decent ball, but again, no one there. Now West Ham again looking to break down the wings, and it's Giroud that's chasing his man. Giroud pulling on the shirt of West Ham, charging forwards. Oh, that's a foul. That's a foul. Free kick to West Ham now. Debuchy took his man down. It's a dangerous position. I think it was Masuaku, who's been very good lately. I think it was him. Yeah, Masuaku cuts the ball back and Debuchy sticks the leg out and takes him down. Definitely a foul. on the left side and outside the box. It's a very dangerous place to be conceding a free kick, I guess. Norman says he's on the bench for Chelsea. He's not playing time and he's angry. Oh yeah, he's on the bench. I completely forgot he's a bench player. Paul Vision says West Ham 1, Arsenal 2. Yep, okay. Not a bad prediction, to be honest. And Diego Costa, he's going to Atletico though, I'm pretty sure. So it's a very dangerous position for a West Ham free kick. Arsenal's wall is aligned, and I can't see who's lined over this, if I'm honest. But whoever it is, Cresswell shoots and it goes wide. It's a poor free kick. Two substitutions now for West Ham. Yeah, so Andy Carroll's on, Cresswell is off, Hernandez is off, and Diafra Sakho is on. Andy Carroll loves scoring against Arsenal. He always does it, and it always upsets me. But we're about to find out whether he'll do it again. I hope not, because he's been really poor lately for West Ham. Coquelin jumped up for it with Carroll, and Coquelin's gone down, writhing in pain. Carroll tried to run through, but the referee instantly blew his whistle and stopped Carroll from running through. I have a feeling it was a dive by Coquelin, and I respect it. Oh no, it wasn't. As usual, Andy Carroll decides to elbow a player. Don't like Andy Carroll. He always like elbows players, like all the time. But yeah, he pushed Coquelin there. It wasn't bad, but he still did it because he's an asshole. Looked like Coquelin landed on his back, but his arm was under his back. Coquelin's not moving very well, but I think he's going to come back on the pitch. No, Coquelin's back on the pitch now. Giroud hits the drop ball back to Joe Hart. Masuaku puts a ball in, Carroll meets it, but it's easy for Ospina to collect. West Ham pushing now. I wouldn't be surprised if they score soon. I said 3-1 Arsenal. And it's looking like West Ham are going to get a goal if this keeps up. Declan Rice is now in right wing back. Reece Nelson for Walcott, please. A little bit fed up with Walcott. And that's just fucking hell. And then he tries to play through Walcott. And then he tries to play through Walcott. Walcott offside, touches it straight to the West Ham defender. Nketiah, Nelson, and Chuba Akpom are all warming up. I hope Nelson comes on for Walcott, and then Nketiah comes on for Welbeck. I would go for Giroud, but I think we need the height with Giroud, so I'd go for Welbeck because he hasn't really done a lot lately. I know he scored, but that's basically the last contribution he actually made to the team. West Ham pushing up, but the West Ham defender Quina looks to play the ball to, I think, Cresswell, but he mistimes his pass and it goes out for an Arsenal throw, and Kolasinac should take the throw. Throws to Giroud. Giroud takes a touch, plays it back to Kolasinac. Kolasinac then pings it over the top, looking for Welbeck. Welbeck can't meet it. Lenny then makes the challenge to try and win the ball back, but it is a free kick to West Ham on the halfway line. Or a little bit ahead of it. Another new transfer rumour, Alexis Sanchez to Newcastle and Walcott to Southampton. Okay, the Alexis Sanchez to Newcastle, that is a lie. You are lying to me. That is a big old bag of lies. Okay? You are lying to me. Apparently, though, Sanchez rejected a £400,000 a week contract. We should sell him. We should all we need to tie Ozil down to a contract. Keep Ozil and sell Sanchez for big money. Francis Coquelin lifts the ball over to Welbeck, who's unmarked. Huh. It's a free kick outside the box for Arsenal. It looked like Welbeck was taken down in the penalty area. And Joe Hart's been given a yellow card. I was in the box. I don't know. It looked slightly outside the box, but I think it was also inside the box. Like, I think it should have been a penalty, but I don't know. El Neni's going to take the free kick. It's more or less a corner, just on the line. Yeah, the new owner for Newcastle will have money, but Sanchez won't go to Newcastle. They won't be able to pay his wages. Here we go. El Neni to take the free kick. He drives it along the ground and it goes out for a corner. Rice is the one who clears it. Corner taken. Ball whipped in. Joe Hart catches easily. Joe Hart looks to distribute it out, but Debuchy does well to make the interception before the West Ham men can break. Debuchy now running down the line himself. Masuaku tries to keep it on the pitch, but it goes out for an Arsenal throw-in. West Ham regain possession. Looking to drive. Again, Debuchy makes a good interception, but West Ham keep the ball. Debuchy again with a block, and a free kick is given Arsenal's way. Apparently Masuaku pushed Debuchy. I don't think he actually did, but you know. I have a feel. Surely the Joe Hart challenge should have been a red card because he was last man, and he was taken down. So surely, I don't know, maybe. It looks like the West Ham defence was completely opened up there when Giroud chests it through to Theo Walcott, and apparently Giroud was offside. Originally Walcott was offside, but I don't think Giroud was offside at all there, but it is what it is, and West Ham have the ball now. Ball whipped in, looking for Andy Carroll, but Debuchy lets it roll out for a goal kick. Players like Andy Carroll and Ibra, I don't get why they don't just make their hair shorter. Like, I know it's, you know, their look and all, but from a professional point of view, I feel like it would make their job so much easier because they wouldn't be having to worry about their hair, like, falling out of the bun or getting in their way if they just have it shorter. I think, like, from a professional, not from, like, a social point of view, from a professional footballer's point of view, it would make much more sense to have shorter hair. But, you know, you wouldn't want to look like all the others. Kolasinac lays it back to Welbeck. Chris Willock plays it back to Rob Holding. Rob Holding then loses the ball, and now his position's opened up, and Coquelin looks to make a good challenge, and all he does is hold up his man. Ball whipped in looking for Andy Carroll, but instead it falls to, I think, Masuaku. I can't really tell. Oh no, that's Masuaku. Masuaku gets past his man, but Coquelin makes a good challenge. And now Welbeck's looking to drive forwards here. Gives the ball to Elneny. It's a 3-on-5 in West Ham's favour. Elneny just, I don't know where he's going. Giroud's gone down. I assume injured. Holding his hamstring. Oh no. It's a shame because as much, I mean, I'm kind of glad Giroud's coming off because he hasn't done anything, but he was saying that he wants to play well and he wants to score goals. He wants to score goals because he wants to play in the World Cup squad. But if he's injured, you know, his chances are only getting slimmer. Like Reece Nelson's coming on. Yep, 18-year-old Reece Nelson's coming on. Yeah, hey, okay, Reece Nelson's coming on. I think Theo Walcott's going to be playing cam along with, and then Welbeck will move to striker. So we'll be playing Welbeck up front as striker, Reece Nelson as right mid, and then Theo Walcott as the centre attacking midfielder. West Ham still pushing though. They've been doing very well since Andy Carroll's come on. Declan Rice looks to lift a ball in. Ospina jumps the highest to catch it. Romero from Man United to Arsenal. I would like to have Romero. From what I've seen, I've only ever seen him play in, I think, Europa League last season, a bit of Champions League, I think, this season, and he's a very solid keeper from what I saw. I mean, I don't know how he'll be against bigger teams with much more lethal strikers, but I'd quite like that. Maybe send Ospina out on loan and have Romero as the backup, and then have what's his name? Oh, the young keeper, the really big keeper we have. I can't remember his name. But we do need a replacement for Cech. We need a new midfielder, because Xhaka's just not doing the job. We need a different defence and all that stuff. Hold on. Joe Willock running through, looks to shoot. The ball falls to Walcott, who lays it back to El Neni. Oh, how have we not scored there? Walcott, mate, you're a mess. To be Argentina first choice goalkeeper for World Cup. Who is Argentina's first choice goalkeeper at the moment? I don't know a lot of Argentinian keepers. Let's have a look. Apparently their first team goalkeeper is... Oh, I think their first team goalkeeper is Romero. I couldn't tell you. Apparently Claudio Bravo just made a good save to deny Riyad Mahrez from scoring. Declan Rice now with Ayew. Ayew looks to whip a ball in. It's a good ball looking for Carroll, but Ospina does well to catch the ball. I'm pretty sure Carroll... I think Carroll's actually bigger than Ospina. Let's have a look. Ball was whipped in. I think Ospina might be winded. Carroll coming on already trying to injure players. God love a bit of Andy Carroll. That was a lie. I don't like Andy Carroll. That's his name. Matt Macy is now warming up, who is our third choice goalkeeper, our reserve keeper, who is the really tall one. Because Ospina is quite small for a goalkeeper, but I think Ospina is going to stay on. He looks fairly hurt, but Arnautovic has come along. Oh, that's scary. He's good. He is good. He's been very good since Moyes has come on. Who the hell's that? There's an Arsenal player coming on who looks like the Everton player. The Everton player, the one who looks like a lesbian. Tom Daly. No, not Tom Daly. Tom Davies. That's it. Tom Davies. He looks like Tom Davies. But he's not coming on. Don't know who he is, but he's coming on. I'd like it if he scored. Who is he? Oh, it's Sheaf. I've never seen him play before. And Joe Willock's coming off. Oh, Sheaf actually used to be part of West Ham's academy, and he's now playing against them in the cup. Holding does well to make a good challenge before trying to ping the ball forwards to Theo Walcott, but he can't get it, and Joe Hart's come all the way out of his box here to ping one forwards. He's hit it all the way up the pitch. Andy Carroll's met it, looked to header it on, but Reece Nelson's won the ball, and then him and Callum Chambers have ran into each other, but Arsenal have kept the ball. Reece Nelson was looking to run through on goal there, but Joe Hart comes out and makes another slide tackle to stop it. I think Reece Nelson should have ran forwards and just fucking dived. All Joe Hart needs is another yellow and he's off. 85 minutes in. West Ham have looked way more threatening since Carroll's come on. And I'm pretty sure as soon as Arnautovic gets the ball, he could cause us some damage because he has been very good since David Moyes has come to manage West Ham. Six minutes in now. West Ham defender James Collins on the ball, looking to try and work some space for an attack. Mince's forced to play it short to Winston Reid. Winston Reid looking to ping one over to Andy Carroll. He does ping one over to Andy Carroll, but Callum Chambers does well to head it back to Debuchy before Debuchy tries to hit it out, but again West Ham instantly regain possession of the ball. Then Callum Chambers makes a good challenge, which seems to have angered the West Ham fans. Now here's Reece Nelson on the ball, looking to charge down the wings. He's made it fairly far, but now he's going back. Nelson's still going. Does well to find Kolasinac after passing it to Callum Chambers. Then Welbeck back to Chambers. Not entirely sure where Chambers is trying to go, but he's going. Oh my bad, that's Coquelin. And now Sheaf. That's the first time I think I've ever said his name, like, while watching him play. I'm not happy with these, like, not counting this game, because obviously this game isn't over yet. West Ham could still easily get back in this. But the kind of 1-0 wins or 0-0 draws Arsenal are getting it against teams like Liverpool, it's not going to be good enough to get lucky 1-0 wins. Oh, and then he looks to send one down the line towards Reece Nelson, but it's got a little bit too much on the pass. Reece Nelson's then contesting, trying to make the West Ham defender struggle. He's doing well. Welbeck now staying on his defender and forces it out for a throw-in. Reece Nelson does well to push Arnautovic off the ball as Arnautovic tries to take the ball from wait, what? Oh, Coquelin's gone down, injured again. So Kolasinac hits the ball out of play. Who's that warming up? Looks like Nketiah. No, Nketiah sat back down. It's going to be Josh Da Silva. Warming up to come on. In the Manchester City game, there will be 8 minutes of added time. Manchester City only leading by 1 goal at the moment, which came from Bernardo Silva's strike. Yep, Josh Da Silva on. Coquelin having a fairly solid game, to be honest. Can't really fault a lot of things he's done. Jack needs a new contract renewal. Yeah, Wilshere needs a new one. I think he'll sign one. I don't think he wants to leave. Andy Carroll looks to try and run forwards, but he is offside. There's going to be 4 minutes of added time. West Ham have been getting back into this, but whether or not they can pull an equaliser out this late on, we'll find out. I'd love for Arsenal to score again, because 2-0, you know, basically cements the win for us, and I can not worry about West Ham getting a lucky break. Ospina tries to ping the ball forwards, but it's a fairly poor ping. Kolasinac then hits it up. We just seem to be smacking it up the pitch and hoping for the best. Good tackle by Reiss Nelson to give the ball to Matteo Debuchy. Debuchy then plays it out to the wings. What happened? I don't know what happened. Oh, okay. Reiss Nelson tackled Masuaku, and it was a good challenge. It was a clean tackle. And then Masuaku got up and started pushing Nelson around, and then Nelson stood his ground and pushed it back. And then Nelson decided to be the more mature one and walk away. But as he was walking away, the Masuaku kept talking to him, so the referee blew the whistle and brought the ball back for an Arsenal free kick. Free kick taken short to Callum Chambers. Of course, Chambers plays it backwards. Chambers has been good, but fucking hell, play the ball forwards. Again, I was wrong. That's not Chambers. I don't think. I couldn't tell you. Reiss Nelson on Masuaku again. In the corner of the West Ham box. Ball hasn't gone off yet. El Neni with a good back heel looking to release Reiss Nelson, but it takes 3 West Ham defenders to stop Reiss Nelson from running through. Now it's Theo Walcott who runs back to make a good tackle. Looks like he was trodden on about 9 times by West Ham players, but stays on his feet. Kolasinac is going to take a throw in as usual. Oh, Leicester have been awarded a penalty. Gray's been fouled by Kyle Walker in the box. I don't know whether it was a deserved penalty or not, but it has happened. But oh god, wait, West Ham are breaking now. Looking to put a ball in, it's blocked. Now El Neni's looking to drive out. Poor pass by El Neni. No, poor pass by Nelson trying to release El Neni. Their hair is exactly the same. But yeah, if Leicester score this, I assume it will go to added time. And for some reason, the Carabao Cup... Yep, Jamie Vardy scores. It's equal now. For some reason, the Carabao Cup, Man City really seems to struggle. Like, it always seems to go to extra time or something against when it comes to Man City. But Jamie Vardy has equalised from the spot, and it is now 1-1. in the 90-something minute. They had, what, 7 minutes of added time, so... Oh. Hopefully, Man City will be knocked out. And if Man City are knocked out, we have a chance of winning this. Spina takes the goal kick. It's actually full time. It should be anyway. 4 minutes have been played. And that is it. That will be full time. So there we go. Arsenal win 1-0 thanks to Welbeck's goal. Arsenal dominated the entire first half and quite a bit the second half, although when Andy Carroll came on, Arsenal did seem to get back into it. But now Arsenal are through to the semi-final, and we will now find out soon who will come out on top out of Leicester and Man City after Jamie Vardy's late equaliser on the penalty. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the stream, make sure to leave a like on it. Also subscribe for more streams. I will be streaming the Liverpool v Arsenal game with Mark, the other person on his channel. Also, if we get to 100 subscribers before the end of this Premier League season, Mark will change his profile picture to a Man United badge, and he is a big Liverpool fan. Make sure you follow us on Twitter for live updates. I'll probably go now and go watch the Man City v Leicester game. I'll go straight over to there, and I'll be tweeting live updates on that. So make sure you go check out our Twitter, make sure you leave a follow, and say you came from the stream. But thanks everyone who came down, and I will see you next time.